everybody. New Albion Online update, new player experience, and quality of life improvements. Let's get into it.
Hello and welcome to the final dev talk in our series about the upcoming update, Abyssal Depths. In our last video, we gave you an overview of the Antiquarian's Den, the revamped ecosystem of health-themed features and rewards, and the new content available there, the Depths. Today, we will look at the new player experience, UI and quality of life improvements, and crystal weapons. For Albion to thrive and grow in the long run, the new player experience is very important. While our current tutorial has a pretty good completion rate, we do lose a lot of players after they finish the tutorial and are left alone in the sandbox with only a few quests. To significantly improve the post-tutorial experience, we are introducing a brand new category in the Albion journal called First Steps. This acts as a main guidance system directly after the tutorial. This category lets players choose between 3 distinct paths for PvE, PvP, and Gathering. Each path introduces the basics for its respective activity gradually. It acts as an extended tutorial providing clear direction with hints and visual guidance, bridging the gap between the linear quest structure of the tutorial and the full open sandbox. To not overwhelm players, the full journal is not yet available at this stage. Only once a path has been finished will the journal open up completely, together with a guide on how to use it to find new activities and a list of first step milestones. These milestones are intended to help players learn the ropes and gradually explore what the game has to offer.
I like that idea. I was one of the players where shortly after the tutorial, when I started playing a long time ago, relatively soon after the game launched, I didn't last terribly long after the new player part. I can't even remember what it was like back then. This last time that I went through, did the tutorial, I kind of duffed out after the tutorial as well. And now with all these updates, I've been kind of getting back into it, learning things, and it's been getting more and more fun as time goes on. This kind of system I think is going to really help a lot of new players.
Additionally, we looked at where we can introduce players to activities earlier when possible. The biggest change here is the addition of Tier 3 tracking mobs in blue and yellow zones. We also added a showroom island that players can visit without the need to buy an island, so they can check out what the feature has to offer first.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool. I haven't even seen an island, guys.
And we reduced item power requirements for regular arena and Hunter Corrupted dungeons. We also went over the existing tutorial to reduce the amount of gathering and crafting, to make it more clear that the game has more to offer than just these activities.
You know what'd be cool for them to add would be something like, I've been actually getting into a couple of the mist things or whatever, but have new player mists where the PvP in there, they just have their basic gear. That would be so fun. I don't know what the duelist path looks like, but I'm hoping that they figure out a way to get some really early PvP in when the gear is super low.
Additionally, we also improved the tutorial pacing by reducing text and the amount of information we show players early on. This onboarding overhaul is complemented by a long list of broader improvements across the whole game. These changes range from improvements to the early combat gear, to quality of life improvements like providing building information on mouse over. Further, we have updated key UI
It's the little things, guys. It's the little things.
screens to make Albion more intuitive and easier to navigate. These changes are especially valuable for new players, but they benefit everyone. I've also invited combat designer Nick Yalos and UI lead Raul Sander to present more features of this update.
Let's start with a much needed change to the marketplace. One of the biggest issues both new and veteran players have faced for a long time is finding and comparing.
I feel like they're hey dude, we got some red in the background. And he's like, I got you.
Specific items. To address this, we've completely recategorized all items in the game. The new structure is far more intuitive, allowing players to quickly and easily navigate to the items they need using the category dropdowns. Not only in the marketplace, but anywhere else items can be filtered. This streamlining effort should make interacting with Albion's economy much smoother and more accessible for everyone.
I gotta say, guys, when it comes to the economy of Albion Online, I am super impressed. Now, I've played EVE Online, which is another sandbox kind of game, and the market there is really good as well. These guys have done a great job at making the lowest of the low still valuable, just like EVE did. I would say in my rankings, PvP is still number one, but messing around with the economy is up there too.
We've also reworked the learning point system, both to simplify it and make it more intuitive.
Okay, this is where I'm kind of struggling right now in the game. I have no idea how this works. So like, for example, for my gathering, like I've got so many learning points because I played the game off and on and never actually did anything in the game. I think I'm like at 1,400 learning points or something. But when I start to sync them into skills to learn skills, it stops me. So like, for example, the other day, I did my gathering skills and I think I did 3 gathering skills to unlock tier 3 gathering tools. And it only let me do 2. And then the option to do it was just taken away. So I got to figure out what's going on with that.
Instead of the old 20% fame threshold for finishing a node on the Destiny board, learning points are now gradually consumed in exchange for a 5 times fame boost on activated nodes. The old auto-learn toggle has been replaced with a new quick-learn toggle, and the overall user experience has been refined to match. Players can now more easily see which nodes have quick-learn enabled thanks to clear visual highlights and a helpful overview.
So this is all Greek to me. I don't know what he means about quick learn, all this stuff. No clue.
That displays all currently boosted nodes by categories, allowing for fast and easy adjustments. We've heard loud...
I'm just glad that for my combat stuff, it automatically levels up. You know what I mean? So it's like you equip something and you start skilling in that thing. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And I don't do a lot of gathering, so I just wanted to get the tier 3 weapons because I noticed like when I went into the tier 5 zones or whatever, I couldn't gather. I still can't gather quite a bit of stuff in the tier 5 zone. Maybe it's like tier 4 or something. Anyway, there's a lot of things that I can't gather right now. And I'm trying to change that so I can make some passive money while I'm out there hunting and collecting loot and stuff.
Clear that the previous system was confusing and clunky, and this update should go a long way toward making it smoother and more transparent for everyone. If you're already working on a node, no need to worry. When this change goes...
You know what would help? It would be a Destiny board for dummies on your channel. That's what would help. Because I'm serious. I got so many learning points. I want to use them. I want to skill things up quickly. But it stops me. It's like I do 1 or 2 and it's like, sorry, you've used enough for the day.
Goes live, any node that can currently be learned will be increased within that level by a factor of 5. If you're at 20% or higher in a level, this will give you completion of that level at no LP cost. If you want to make best use of this, you might want to get as many of your skill nodes to...
Maybe it's because I haven't actually like used the skill. Maybe you have to use it a little bit before you apply learning points. I don't know.
20% progress before the update goes live. We've also introduced the combined HUD tracker to tackle HUD clutter and inconsistency. The new layout uses a unified design language, integrates better with the HUD editor, and is easy to use, especially on mobile where space is limited. For our desktop players, we've introduced a new global shortcut to instantly toggle all trackers at once. This change brings all trackers together into a cleaner, more user-friendly system and gives us space for future improvements.
More flexible UI is always a good thing, guys.
If you have an idea for a tracker you'd like to see in the game, let us know in the comments. Finally, a few smaller but helpful updates round out the picture. The appearance UI now shows where vanity items come from.
Alright, so when it comes to vanity items, I got something a long time ago that said, I think it was like an avatar frame or whatever they call the circle behind your avatar image, and I still don't have it. I can't find it. I don't know. It seems to me like that system's a little wonky. Also, it seems to me like it's a little underdeveloped.
Artifact Foundry supports bulk crafting, and tooltips have been added to all kinds of buildings and NPCs to make it easier to find the right place for any given task.
Abyssal Depths also brings the Crystal
Combat balance, let's go.
Hammer and Crystal Shapeshifter Staff. First up, the True Bolt Hammer. Its ability, Hyperstatic, opens cracks in the ground, radiating pure magical energy. Allies in the area are shielded, while enemies are afflicted with static. You and your allies must deal damage to enemies affected by static, to trigger a massive stun. The second new weapon is the Still Gaze Staff, which will transform the user into a familiar creature, a crystal cobra. Similar to other transformations, you will have access to 2 additional abilities and 2 passives. I would watch out for Serpent's Gaze, a powerful channeling spell that petrifies unmounted enemies. The Petrify status can't be cleansed. It leaves your enemies stunned, but they gain damage resistance and are immune to force movement effects. So, while petrified enemies can't escape from incoming damage and debuffs, their allies will be able to help, if they haven't already ran away in terror. Hammers are getting a unique defensive option, while Shapeshifters are gaining a mid-range supportive brawler. We're excited to see how the meta develops when everyone gets their hands on these new weapons.
This wraps up our third and final dev talk on the Abyssal Depth.
It's the last dev talk already. Wow. You know what? These updates have been fantastic. They've sucked me back into the game. They piqued my interest. I'm enjoying Albion. I'm putting out little shorts. I just achieved my first 500k silver. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The update launches on June 30th, and we hope you enjoy the new update, and we can't wait to see how you take on the new content and especially what comps you come up with. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in Albion.
Awesome. 399 likes to 1 dislike. Let's make that 400, guys. I'm excited for this update coming at the end of June. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. Take care. Stay classy. God bless.